What's going on, family, and welcome back to the channel. Hey, so recently Dr. Nina and I, we had a chance to take a trip to Kansas City, Missouri. We had a chance to go visit some of our close family and friends out there. And while we were there, I had a chance to sit down with one of the husbands. And the reason why I want to highlight this video is for a number of reasons. First, I want to highlight a local business in Kansas City. Secondly, I think it's important to mention that us as men, a lot of times we don't really sit down and have deep discussions. This is one of those times where I sat down and had a deep discussion with another husband, and we had a chance to talk about how family, how business, and also how personal finance intertwine, and what it is that we need to do as husbands in order to be successful in that realm. So let's get into it. Hope you guys enjoy the video. What's going on, y'all? We are in, where are we at? Kansas City. We're in Northland. Kansas. And where?
Northland.
We're in Northland.
Northland area.
Northland area.
Yeah.
Kansas City Mo.
Yeah.
Salute and Smoke in the building. I'm gonna just give y'all, you see him in the background. Hello. Get smooth. High salute from Mr. Salute and Young Salute right here. Hold on. Wait. Before you get in the, tell us about Salute and Smoke.
So we started 3 years ago, right here in this backyard, selling turkeys. The first year we sold 10, the following year we sold 30, and then after that, on the third year, we brought in about 60 turkeys. So when you ask what Salute and Smoke is barbecue and family. That's what Salute and Smoke is.
What I really love about Salute and Smoke is that they really assimilate to the strong family culture. Also, they are mastering the craft of good barbecue. We need that, right? And so the other piece, when you have a business and you see this large smoker, the best way to do better as you're doing well is to scale up with your assets to reduce costs.
That's Bumpy. Who knows Bumpy from American Gangster? That's where I got the name from. Who actually happens to be my father's cousin. He was one of the cousins, so that's why I named him Bumpy.
What's also important to mention here is that when it comes to running a business like this in the hospitality industry, most businesses don't make a lot of money as it relates to the food. They make more on the beverage or even the alcohol in whatever case, right? So what's important here is that you're very savvy about the finance piece, because if you're not, it's very easy to run out of money really quickly if you don't understand how much everything costs and what you need to charge and how much you need to sell. So jumping into the cost a little bit deeper, guys, our cost is typically broken down just into a couple of areas, but to make things very simplistic here, if we're talking about prepping food, there's a material cost. So that is the physical cost that comes with the food itself, right? The utensils, all the setup. So we're talking about the tins, the candles to keep everything warm, the plating setup. So you have plates, you have utensils, all of those things, right? That's a material cost. And then there's the labor. That's the dollars per hour that you will pay your staff to get things and make things happen. The prep, the setup, the serve, the cleanup. And then the last fee that we like to call is something called a chef fee. So me and Stan talked about this a little bit. This is a fee where, again, it costs a lot of money from a food perspective to cater or to be a personal chef, right? There's an additional fee that is charged so that you can essentially make money as the business. And one last question I asked him, what type of advice does he have for an up-and-coming pitmaster or someone in hospitality?
At Salute and Smoke, we believe making your best barbecue is making your best barbecue. So never let people tell you that you have to have a 500-gallon smoker. You have to use wood. Side, I like it.
The family side.
That's where it's at.
Is really where it's at.
That's why you here.
That's why I'm here.
That's how you.
That's why I'm here. So we're gonna
okay.
Talk about that.
Let's talk about it.
Y'all know my wife, Dr. Nina, and so her best friend. This is her best friend's husband, who also happens to be a good friend of mine. Now.
And godmother of our son.
Yep, Dr. Nina. So, you know, me and Stan, we always have a lot of really good conversations about family. I happen to pop up here and in his city,
Yeah.
Kansas City, Mo.
Mm-hmm.
So, we've been kicking it, we've been chilling, and I think it'd be good for us to talk a little bit about family because although both of us are entrepreneurs, we're both business owners, we're also both husbands, and it's something we hold near and dear, and something that we feel is important. So
I would say let's start it off with a word that involves patience.
okay.
I'm gonna throw a couple words out. So patience,
So we're thinking about what it means to be a husband.
what it means to be a husband,
Okay.
and also
Say a good husband.
a good husband, and also how you can definitely define yourself as a poor husband.
Okay.
So we always want to think about what works and what doesn't work. Because I don't know about you guys, I love watching things that don't work. Because they can be amusing to me because I have an interesting sense of humor.
Same.
But also there's lessons. So let's talk about communication.
Okay.
Let's talk about patience. And let's talk about being authentic to self to love your significant other.
Okay. I'm gonna give 3 too.
Okay.
All right. So one for me is about accountability. Another one is about service, and another one it has to do with time.
I like that.
So I would say you want to go ahead and kick it off.
Yeah, I'll kick us off. I think I said patience first. Patience because we're talking family. Because we talked a little bit earlier about barbecue, but they truly go hand in hand. I gotta say this though. One of the reasons why I chose barbecue, outside of liking barbecue and people telling me my barbecue was good, I wanted to find something initially that would allow me to work from home and do something I'm passionate about, but also still see my family. Because you guys know it's just hard to go get it. Well, I won't say it's hard, but there's a certain level of commitment when we say we're going to go get it, whatever that means to you. But at the same time, your wife or your significant other or your partner may want you to be home.
Yeah.
And you can't be in two places at one time. That takes a lot of patience. And it takes a lot of communication with my wife, because while I'm going to get something that I'm passionate about, my wife doesn't necessarily feel the same all the time. Yeah, Mrs. Salute, this is to you.
Speak on it.
I talk about this a lot on our podcast, but I've learned that my passions is not my wife's passion.
There we go.
And the fact that she's willing to be patient enough to support me has increased my level to communicate more, because I can't do it alone. Have your best efforts. Actually, here's my wife right here.
As you guys notice, this is where we had to actually cut it short, but this is where I'm jumping in and giving my perspective. So as it relates to service, you hear me talk about that quite a bit. I feel like as it relates to marriage, service is top tier, is number one. Accountability is also very important. We need to hold each other accountable and also keep each other honest. And lastly, when it relates to time, it's about having that level and that sense of urgency. I'm going to step in and help you where you need help, and I need you to do the same thing when there's times when I need help. And regardless of gender roles, that's not really important here. What's important is that we continue to have each other's back, we continue to love on each other, and we continue to do things that allow us to grow as humans, as husband and wife. Until next time, guys, I love you. We out.